Made in the image of you. Made in.
Hello and welcome to Teen Talk Charlotte. I am Reverend Lakira Johnson, and today Teen Talk Charlotte talks time management. Time can be our best friend or our worst enemy. When we have a lot of extra time in our day, we are able to enjoy life by being productive, having fun, and relaxing. However, when our days are full and we do not have a lot of extra time, things can become very hectic, very fast, and sometimes overwhelming. How we budget our time can make all the difference in the world. So what we want to do today is actually see what the Bible provides in the way of principles about time and how we should use it. So let's take a look. The first principle comes from Psalms 90 and 12, which pretty much tells us this life is short and we need to gain as much knowledge as we can. The fact is that we need to learn to use that knowledge wisely and not put ourselves in a position to need an extension on our life to do and be the things that we've always dreamed of. The second principle is from Ephesians chapter 5, verses 15 and 16, which is telling us basically to make the most of every opportunity while we have time. The fact of the matter is, making the most of your time means that you should be working hard and not squandering any of it. The third principle comes from Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 10. God desires for us to get adequate rest. So you need to make time to rest every day, even if that means that you need to schedule time just to have time for you. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 1 through 8 tell us that there is a time for everything and that we must basically balance it. Make sure that everything has its own time. Compartmentalize your life, keep everything in its slot, and be firm in keeping things separate. Our last principle comes from Ephesians chapter 4, verse 1. And that's telling us basically to accomplish our calling that we need to prioritize things accordingly. Basically, time management requires self-discipline. That discipline will allow you to become all that God has planned for you to be and for you to do all of the things that He desires for you to do. We must learn to manage our time if we are to live lives that are productive and meaningful. As we see in the verses that we've read, we need to balance our priorities and schedule our days with an eternal focus. So, how exactly does this apply to me? You may be asking, how can you apply it to your life? Simple. Ask yourself the following questions. 1. Am I spending sufficient time with God in preparation for each day? 2. What things do I do that do not really accomplish anything? And how can I cut back or eliminate these? 3. What can I add or remove from my schedule that will make each day more focused on eternity? Living your life in a way that glorifies God in service to Him and His people starts as simply as doing two things. Number 1, choosing a relationship with Christ. And number 2, giving Him glory over your life and your heart. So use the hashtag FieldMeCLT if you would like to embrace a relationship with Jesus. Basically, a relationship with Jesus Christ that seeks to please Him first doesn't misuse the possessions, talents, time, and resources in ways that compromise the integrity of your character or the integral use of your God-given abilities. So invite Jesus to live in your heart and allow His Holy Spirit to work on the areas of your life that are less than glorifying to Him. And that's it. You're well on your way to being a better steward of all that God is giving you, even your time. A life of time management is a life that is reflective of discipline. So this has been this week's Teen Talk Charlotte, where we have talk time management. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Mayfield Memorial. You can also connect with us on Instagram at Teen Talk CLT. Until next time, have an amazing week.